So, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a welding mood today. Obviously these videos are gonna be out of sequence. But I've been having this bead roller for what, a year?
A while.
It's been a while. And it came with, I got it from a buddy of mine, Chase, or Cage 66 Fabrication. He got a new one that was automated and everything, and he was giving this thing up last year, so I snagged it from him. But he just couldn't ship it with the stand attached. It was too big. We got, what is it?
It's a drum from a tractor, like a big rig.
Yeah, so
Semi, whatever you want to call it.
Who gave that to us? Who helped us out with that?
Monty.
Monty. Big heaps of awesome for Monty, dragging it out of the dumpster for us.
With a forklift and a chain.
So that's what we're using for our base. We found a piece of scrap metal or drop that we're gonna weld to that wheel hub, and then we're gonna weld with the remaining part of that stand that Chase built, so we can use the stand that he fabricated, and we're just kind of putting a base back on it.
A stand.
Whatever.
So, if you can stand it.
So let's do that. Oh, whoa. It's like I got blinded by the sun right here. Being that I don't know what kind of metal this is. Ooh. All right.
Ooh. Oh, honey.
Being that I don't know what kind of metal this is, I suggested we preheat it.
Even though it's pretty hot in here already.
Yeah, it's 120 plus in here, I think. But yeah, we're gonna preheat the hub to try to get better penetration, you know, because what they say about welders is we get penetration in all positions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in this case, we gotta warm it up a little bit, you know, do a little foreplay. And before we weld it, make sure we get max penetration.
Gotta get her good and wet.
Yeah, little rosy bud, little cute little guy. Cute little guy there.
So precious.
Oh my goodness. I kind of set up my torch this way. Obviously head there. And I got my fuel, my oxygen. So it's all readily available. And then that way, when I'm torching, the knobs don't hit the back of my forearm. Striker.
So close. So close. There we go. Weird.
There it is. This is nice and clean. Look at that clean flame there.
Oh, honey.
Look at that. Look at that, buddy. Or am I going to weld it like on these corners? Or am I going to weld it the corners and then in the center here?
I would say.
Should I bridge that gap?
Oh. I think you should do it.
Preheated to about 200 to 250. It just doesn't need to be cold, you know?
Better if it's not.
Is the gas on?
No. gonna say that's welded.
Now, a little bit overkill. Got my heat cranked all the way up on the machine.
No, not all the way.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I guess that is all
the
the way.
heat's all the way up on the machine. Wire speed, not so much. And it seemed like it welded pretty well. It didn't spatter too much. So that's a good thing. I'm gonna do a little bit of post-heat on it. I'm gonna wave the wand over it, let it get back down to like 180. Where's the thermometer? Bet you I'm at like 300. Oh, actually, I know. About 250. So,
The breeze coming in actually feels cool now.
yeah. About 280 max. So these aren't accurate marks. I mean, they're just generic. We're not building a spaceship here. 3 inches by 2 inches, or you know, 1.5 inches. Yeah. So
here we go.
and then we want a square, sir.
You're a square.
So now we check square. Johnny made a pretty square cut, even though it was freehand. We couldn't use the cutoff. The what do you call it?
Well, that's
Chop.
not square there.
Couldn't use the chop saw.
Chop saw.
So we had to freehand it. So which way does it need to pull? It needs to pull back.
Yeah.
So the coolest way, the easiest way I think is fun, is we know when we weld on something, it's gonna shrink. So if it shrinks, it's gonna pull. So we know this side is out of square, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tack this side. That better have penetrated.
Hey, look at that. Now it's square.
So basically what happens, you get a weld and it wants to shrink. Once it heats up, it shrinks. When it shrinks, if you're out of square, it's gonna wanna pull that way. But once it cools back down, it's gonna go a little bit back out of square.
Back out of square.
So that we have a tack, we can move it without getting out of position. And then we'll tack the opposite corner. You good? You square? And then how are we here? Pretty square there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We good?
You happy?
I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
I need a wrench and a coil spring. Yeah. So for those naysayers, and I know you're out there, who don't think I can weld, it's probably not my best work. But whatever.
Bro, do you even weld?
Do you?
Sometimes.
Okay. So there you have it. There's our stand. All we need is the hardware for the 4 bolts.
Yeah. I'd stand it up there, but I don't want it to fall off and
Yeah.
crack the floor.
But that's more progress in the last 30 minutes than we've made on this thing in the last 1.5 years, so.
Right. Super tight.
Super tight.
Thanks, Chase.
Yeah. And thanks, what's the dude's name again?
Monty.
Monty. Thanks, Monty. Appreciate it, bro. And that's how you make a what?
A thingy.
That's how you make a thingy?
Yeah. A chinga.
A chingadera?
A chingadera.
Hold the chingadera?
And chinga tu madre.
Ooh. Ooh. Go hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and share with your friends.